here we are at Fuji, Japan, round 2 of the Asian Le Mans Series. You know, our ultimate goal here is to try to win that invitation to the 24 Hours of Le Mans by winning this P2 AM Championship.
It's definitely a dream to go there. So with this Le Mans entry, if we're able to obtain it, it's a dream come true.
So it's a separate class within LMP2 here in the Asian Le Mans Series. It's the first time the ACO is doing it. We're kind of excited about it, so we're glad to be a part of it here.
So congratulations.
Winning the first race was great. You know, we finished 3rd overall, which was fantastic, but the fact that we won our class obviously really helps us with the championship.
Pumped for this race. Fuji's our place. Love it here, love the fan base.
When we showed up this morning to the track, Patrick wanted to take us over to the old banking here at Fuji, and it's pretty awesome.
Fuji, original banking of the historic racetrack. It's too bad we can't use it. Look at it.
Looking at the old banking here at Fuji Speedway really makes one contemplate the dangers of this sport. The dangers of motorsports are very real. People are getting hurt all the time. It is still a huge factor. We're going very fast. The good news is this year we're racing on all F1 style circuits, so they have the super barriers, they have really high-end runoff.
Fuji seems like a pretty unique place in that it demands a lot of all different aspects for a racetrack.
You ask too much energy from the car from all the way left, all the way right, all the way right, all the way left, like literally like this. It obviously tends to oversteer, but I think that's just the characteristic of the sector. It's not, I wouldn't say the car is oversteer it.
It's actually got an enormous amount of variety, and it's going to be really hard to set the car up properly. There's going to be a lot of compromise from the setup perspective for different sections of the course, and a lot of compromise for what the driver wants to get out of the car. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles, figure out what's going to net you the best results as far as the performance over the course of one lap, set the car up for that, and then go and race. We're all off pace and something's wrong. We don't know if it's electrical, we don't know if it's power. We did have a bit of an issue at Shanghai with the engine basically for the 2 hours I was in the car, so it could be something that masked. You know, we've resolved that one issue, but it might have created another issue, so we don't know. The team's got a lot of work to do to go through all the data, analyze it, and figure out what's happening.
We're still off a little bit. We should be able to be faster, and we'll see what the guys have in store for us.
You think you have a lot of time, but man, these sessions go by quick, and if you're not on par right away, you're behind and you're scrapping to try to figure it out. It's such a big trip from the United States to get over here.
Wow, look at that. Octopus pastry.
We did not go home in between these 2 races. There was 7 or 10 days or so we needed to kill before we showed up here today. So we've been touring around Asia and been buddies just touring all over the place, roomies, hanging out, visiting cities, checking places out. It's been neat that we've been able to see these countries and explore a little bit. We hung out in Shanghai for a couple of days to really absorb the city, which we didn't get to do during the race week. We then went to Seoul, Korea.
I've been here 10 minutes. This is one of my favorite cities I've ever been to.
And then we came here to Tokyo for just 2 days before we got here in Mount Fuji. So it's been fun, a lot of photos, a lot of different foods.
It's chicken and something. I don't know what this is.
Some of which really were bad choices for me. It's been a rough week. This is an awesome road though. They should hold the race here, through the hills. Super tight hairpins. This would be a great rally circuit.
This is sick.
Yeah, so we had power struggles. We were down on power for some reason. Top speed, we noticed it quite instantly. And then we were also electronic issues. We didn't have any telemetry or data while we were driving, so no lap times, which is frustrating to drive. So the guys stayed late there and worked rigorously on the car. They scoped the engine, they did a bunch of stuff. They found the power issue, changed out some plugs, did a bunch of wiring harnesses. We got the telemetry back working, and there's our lap times back. Guys hopping in the car. The competition is very tight. Everyone's going quite fast this morning. It seems like the track rubbered in and the track's fast. Everyone's fast.
Qualifying at Fuji got underway and it was fast and furious stuff.
First and foremost, we're worried about being on pole in our class, so we get that valuable extra point for qualifying on pole. Big championship points for us. Every single point matters. That was qualifying. Wound up 4th overall. First in class. We got that valuable championship point we needed from grabbing the pole in our class. A little disappointed, you know, as a racing driver, I'll always look at the deficit and say, oh, I know I could find time here and there or whatnot, but pretty good result. Again, race 2 in a P2 car after a number of years. New circuits, new team, all of this stuff. I think all 3 of us drivers are doing a great job so far. We've got a very consistent average when it comes to race time, and really all that matters is the race. It is freezing. It's 39 degrees right now. Apparently it's snowing a couple miles away from here.
Yeah, it's race day. Today is the day to bring it. I mean, these guys are good. They're very, very good. So they're right at our heels, and we need to end up right up there on the podium.
We got a little bit of rain down that way. Don't know what we're gonna get. It's drizzling a little bit right now, but it's gonna be really cold tire temperatures and cold track, so it'll be challenging for all the guys to get this race started. This is like the end of a really long first journey for this whole endeavor. We've been on the road for over 3 weeks. It's been actually 4 full weekends. I've been away from my family. I'm excited to race. I'm excited to see how we do. I'm excited to do everything we can to get this win. You know, at the same time, I'm excited that it's our last day after this huge trip to be able to go home and see my family and my little man. Gigi, you're funny. I love you. There's a lot of energy here, but we're all prepared and ready, and this is it. It's showtime, and it is time to get to business.
I hope they will do like a 3 formation.
At least you have 2, so that's always right.
It's go. Phil Hansen gets away. Harrison Newey looking to the outside, up the inside, the Panis Bartas car, by this Buda race car. It's the 24 car, makes it into the lead though. Neat and tidy. Third is the LMP3 car, then the 23 car in the hands of Sally Olic, Turkish driver, and he's going head-to-head, wheel-to-wheel now with Mathieu Lehay.
So we had a little bit of unexpected weather come in, got some rain, started drizzling during Solly's stint. He was doing a great job, doing great times, keeping the car up in position towards the front of the field.
Quite ominous that we actually did see some raindrops on the screen there coming out of turn 15.
Right when they were about to put Patrick in, they ran over to me and said, "Get dressed, you're going in." And I didn't have time to go to the bathroom. It's a pre-race ritual for a driver. You're given 10 minutes and then you're go take a leak and get in the car.
23, meanwhile, is undeniable, under 10 seconds now back from 3rd place on the road.
It started raining right away. They sent me out on slicks. We lost so much time. It was so slippery. I managed to keep the car underneath me, but we had to pit to put reins on. I did, I don't know, 2.5 hours. I was in the car for a long time. I drove all through the rain. Had one little mishap, didn't cause me much time in turn 1, had some lock up. It was like a half spin, and then I just kept rolling. And then got me back out again. Then somewhere in my second stint as it was drying out, they were telling me to really push. They needed the quickest times that I could put out there, and trying to extend our gap before we got Patrick in the car. And man, going into turn 3, I must have just grabbed the curb on the entry, and right as I turned in, the thing snapped sideways, and I went sailing about 100-some miles an hour, about 90 degrees sideways for quite a while. Kept it going and got right back on track. So again, I didn't lose a lot of time, but so pissed off at myself for having those 2 mistakes. You know, we need every single second we can get out there, and I gave away a number of them trying to push a little hard.
That's actually all 3 United Autosport cars.
Three of the 4, in fact all 4 in the same shot.
It turned into a wet race. It was kind of hectic. All of a sudden it started raining. Everyone dove in for tire changes. There's been lots of lead changes. And yeah, hoping for the best.
Patrick's in the car now. Because our strategy got flip-flopped, he is a sitting duck right now.
It all went horribly wrong for Patrick Byrne, the number 23 car, losing the lead in LMP2 and losing that overall podium spot as Darren Burke made his way through. He's now up into 3rd.
I know this kid can drive, and when it's time to race, he steps up to the occasion, but he's paired against all the drivers right now that I was supposed to be paired against, and he's already lost a number of positions. So he's doing a great job, but he's not supposed to be in the car right now. We're losing those spots. He's getting faster every lap and figuring all this out, but man, he's up against the heavy hitters in each of these cars right now. So our podium overall is vanishing. Now we're racing for that class win, and currently we're in 2nd place in class, and I think the gap is increasing, so it doesn't look like a win's in the cards for us.
That is the race win for the Algar Pro Racing team. They will be utterly, correctly, rightly delighted with that.
When they released me, we got a yellow, and sadly with that yellow, we had cold tires leaving the pits. We go out to the yellow, and it just is a full 2 laps of cooling down the tires. We couldn't get heat back, so we're sitting duck for our competitors who were out there with hot tires to come around. And we were passed, and I just didn't have the pace to keep up with them or to come back. It took a couple laps for the pace to come in, but at that time there's a deficit that I couldn't bring back. So we ended up 2nd place. Our competitors who finished 2nd place last round, 1st place, so it's very tight in the points. Guy, thanks to Guy's qualifying, we were 2 points ahead, but it's neck and neck, good racing. We're 50% done with the season, and so we're only 2 points ahead of our closest competitor, so it's going to be a very tight season.